Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah. Today we are going to do a foundation application essentially with just one brush. It's going to be with the Mr. Right brush from Too Faced. Bought this last night at Sephora and it is beautiful. It is synthetic, it is soft, it's fluffy, and believe it or not, you can use this brush with liquid. That's part of what this little bow is for. It's not just cute and for decoration. You can actually like slide it all the way off, but not always. You can also just partially slide it up that brush head to make it a bit more dense. And then it works really well for working in liquid foundations. But you can also just use it as is. And it actually doesn't eat the foundation like most foundation brushes can, or even like if it was just a dedicated powder brush. So I'm going to start by priming my skin. I do have a moisturizer on already that's been soaking in for about 20 minutes, but to prime I'm going to use Good Hydrations by Bare Minerals. I don't take that much, usually about this amount. I'll just massage that in. And this is hydrating. It's also really friendly to wear underneath a water-based foundation or any foundation. So if you have like normal to dry skin, Good Hydrations is the way to go. And it's like $24, I think. It's super affordable. And clearly I've already filled in my brows. So easy to apply that primer. It's not, like I said, silicone or dimethicone. It's just a water-based one. It's really hydrating and friendly. And it's pretty universal depending on what foundation you want to wear on top of it. So this is what I've done. For foundation, I'm going to be mixing two colors of one this way because I'm not as pale as Cloud, which is their newest light color, and I'm not deep enough to use Swan by itself, so I'm just going to do one pump of each onto my little palette. Alright, and then with Mr. Right, like so, without the bow moved up, I'm just going to pick up some of that foundation and then just kind of start to work it into my skin. And Born This Way is also hydrating, water-based, medium that you can build to full coverage. And I'm just going to build it on my face today so that I don't have a heavy, cakey look. And I'm also going to show you in this video how I do my entire base with just Mr. Right. And just a little bit more foundation to cover up my healing blemishes, like on my chin area and my lip. And now it just comes down to lightly patting over that area. And then I might add just a little bit more in the center of my face because that's usually where I have some of like that redness or pink kind of moments coming through, and I don't want that to happen. And I'm not going to put a lot of this directly under my eyes. I'm saving that space for concealer. But I will be the first to admit, when somebody said that you could use this brush with liquid, I was like, no way. But then I tried it, and I was impressed. So this is what we have so far. My under eye darkness is on a whole nother level, so to cover that up, I'm going to use the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This is in the color Swan. It is the lightest color they make. I hope they decide to make this in Cloud, like they'll do some shade extensions to go along with these concealers. And with this, it is a workhorse. It doesn't take a lot of it. So I'm going to do that much underneath each. And that's really all I'm going to need. That's going to cover my under eye, and then whatever's left over is going to go on my lids. Same brush. We're just kind of patting it. Gentle swipes if we are swiping. But really just pressing in. And like, what a difference. And you know, make the faces you need to make to get your blend on. And we look good. And so far that's all done with one brush. And as you can see, this brush isn't even hanging on to that much of the foundation or concealer. And it wasn't catastrophic to get a blend. It didn't take any extra time or effort. So that's it for liquids. Going forward, we are going to set everything with the Blur and Set by Milk. This is in the light translucent. And I'm just going to tap some of this out onto my towel here. Okay, so with Mr. Right again, I'm just going to give him a quick few strokes over a piece of paper towel here. And then I'm going to pick up some powder. And for so long we've been taught, you know, when you get a lot of powder on your brush that you should like knock off the excess. But instead, let's see here, what can I use? I'll use my little palette. Instead of knocking off excess, you're going to hold the brush like so and just knock it, and that's going to cause that excess powder to kind of fall down in there, and then you can just start pressing and rolling. And do the same thing right underneath the eye. And you'll see too, I'm going from outside to inside, and that is going to help address any creasing that the concealer might try and do, because my fine lines kind of go like this direction. So if I have the brush going the opposite way, it's just going to kind of pick up that excess product and replace it with powder, and then I won't be creasy throughout my day. And also doing this method is what just gives you the most natural set. You won't look cakey, you won't look powdery. Let's just press and roll. So the makeup is being held down beautifully. We don't look powdery, we don't look heavy, we don't look like we have a ton of stuff on, which is always a win. So to finish my complexion, I'm going to do some highlight and blush. So for highlight, I have the Amrezy highlighter from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And wouldn't you know that it's actually going to make a comeback. It's going to have a round two. Amrezy just tweeted this a couple days ago. She said it'll be back in like December. So using Mr. Red, I'm picking up that Amrezy highlight. And building. The packaging that this brush comes in doesn't necessarily indicate that it's right for this in terms of liquids, but I promise you it is. For blush, I'm going to use the Hourglass Ambient palette here. So this has Incandescent Electra, Brilliant Nude, and Euphoric Fusion. I just take the brush across all three, so that's what we're going to do. This is where I do knock off excess because blush is not as forgiving as the loose powder to set. We look good. Final step, of course, is to set everything, hold it down. To do that, I am going to use the Continuous Setting Mist by Morphe. Bought this recently and I've really been enjoying it because you can just spray it for as long as you need and it really is continuous. It does not lose pressure. So kudos to Morphe on this design. And that is how we do our whole face with just one brush. This is $36, totally worth the money. Like I said, it's really soft, it's synthetic. It'll be easy to maintain, easy to clean. And if you feel like you need something that is going to be a bit denser and give you more coverage, then you just take your bow here and gently slide it up. And now it's a denser type of brush. So it'll give you more coverage. The more dense the brush, the more coverage you get, especially with powder. So be really careful if you decide to do that. Just know what to expect. So that's all I have for this video today. I'm going to go finish my face and film another one. My next video, you guys will be happy to know, is all about my pigments and glitters. I counted this the other day, forgot to put one in there, so I have 70 in here plus one outside. This is just going to be something that I try and breeze through, keep it under a half hour. So I'm just going to tell you what the colors are after I swatch them on my hand and just kind of back and forth with that. I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm not going to go by brand. we're just going to go through it and so you can see my obsession. I think I have more loose pigments and glitters than I do anything else in my collection. So stay tuned for that video. And thank you so much for coming by today. Please like, comment, subscribe. And that's all I have. Bye.